Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
So good once again, Kumar, and welcome to our English class this morning. And happy Saturday, by the way.
Yeah.
Is it cold there?
Yeah. Really cold in my country.
Okay. Okay, here it's also raining. It's also raining and it's very cold. You know, Philippines is somewhat like a favorite place of typhoon to visit.
Yeah.
There are many typhoons coming in and out in the Philippines almost every week. Okay, so yes, again, we are now still discussing about adjectives and adverbs. Okay, these two words are also important to express your ideas well in a communication. Can you hear me well?
Really well.
Okay, thank you so much. Because an adjective will describe your noun, whether he is good, strict, bad, kind, polite, that one. So it will describe what kind of person he is. When we say adverb, it will also describes how do he perform things. Like for example, he walks quickly to his office. So quickly is the word, is an adverb describing how he walks to his office. Okay. So that is why learning adjectives and adverbs is also important when we talk about grammar in English. Okay. Now let's have rule number 5. Adjectives come in three forms, also called degrees. An adjective in its normal or usual form is called positive adjective. There are also comparative and superlative degrees, which are used for comparison as in the following examples. Okay, we have here. Okay, now can you read? Okay, we have positive, comparative, and superlative. Can you read? Okay, this way. Sweet, sweeter, sweetest. Okay, please read.
The bad, worse, worst, efficient, more efficient, most efficient.
Okay, so here, okay, the positive form, okay, so the usual or the normal form of a verb is in the positive degree. When we say sweet, it's sweet. But example, when we say, okay, example, we have the comparative degree for the word sweet is sweeter now. When you compare two things, two foods, okay, what are the foods? What are the, when you, orange, okay, do you know an orange?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is sweet, okay, and we can use sweeter and sweetest. Example, you bought an orange yesterday, and I bought an orange today. But when we taste those two oranges, mine is sweeter than the orange you have bought yesterday. Now, we will use er, okay, from the word sweet. We will add er when we are comparing only two. Do you get me? When we are comparing only two, we will add er of the positive degree. But when we are comparing three oranges, three, that's the time that we are using sweetest. The orange that I bought yesterday is the sweetest among the oranges in the basket or in on the table. Okay? Now, just like just like adjectives, we also have somewhat like the irregular verb. Look at the word bad, worse, worst. It does not follow on the rule by adding er and est. Do you see this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So bad, worse, and worst. Okay. List of for a while. List of words Google. List of words. Yeah, there are many. I will show you. Yeah, I will show you. There are many lists of comparative adjectives. Okay, so let's have this one first. All right. For the word bad, you cannot say badder. You cannot say baddest. But when you mean that the other person is, yeah, more bad than the other, then you will say worse. Uh, Joel is worse than Michael. So you are comparing two. But if you are comparing three persons, Joel is the worst among the three brothers. Meaning to say, the worst. Do you understand worst?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So just like verbs, adjectives also somewhat like having an irregular, yeah, irregular forms of verb, just like this one. It doesn't follow the er and the est. Okay. What about next? Excuse me for a while, just for a while. Okay. Efficient, more efficient, and most efficient. Okay. Remember that in comparative degrees of adjective, we can also add er, est, or more or most, depending on the word. Just like the word beautiful. We cannot say she is beautifuler than her sister, but we will say she is more beautiful than her sister. Okay. Next. All right, now this is the common error. This is the common error of other person in using adjectives and adverbs, okay? It arises from the wrong form of comparison. To compare two things, always use comparative degree. Okay, comparative degree, this one. You will add er and you will add more depending on the verb, the subject, the adjectives. Just like this one, example, she is the cleverer of the two women. We use cleverer her because we are talking to two, two women. You should not use cleverest. The word cleverest is what is called the superlative, the highest. You know, the you yes, when you use the highest degree of adjective in a sentence, you mean to say that the person you are talking to is the best among all, is the expert among all of the persons you are talking to. Okay, the word cleverest is what is called the superlative form of clever. Use it only when comparing three or more persons. Example. Kindly read example number 1.
She is the cleverest of the both.
Okay, how many persons are we talking in this sentence?
I think more than 3 person.
Yes, of the word all. Okay, when we say all, there are many. There are many. It's more than two. Okay, here. Look at this one. Chocolate or vanilla. Which do you like best? This is wrong. Because, okay, you know what? Okay, for the good, we also have here. Good, better, best. Okay? Good, better, best. That is the degrees of adjective. Oh, no, no, that's good. That's good. Okay, that's good. Good, better, best. We will use good when you are talking to one subject. We will use better when you are talking to two. When you use better when you are talking three. Now in here, look at this one. This is incorrect. Incorrect. Chocolate or vanilla? Which do you like best? You should not use best in here because you are only talking to two, the chocolate and the vanilla. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Yes. So the correct one, chocolate or vanilla, which do you like better? Okay. Now, look at this one. I will show you some of the list. Yes, I will show you. Okay. So we are now here in world-class learning, English adjective. Okay. Grammar, it's grammar. Here, look at this one. I will send this to you. Okay. Now, look at this one. These are the rules of forming the comparative adjectives. Okay. These are the rules we need also to get familiar with this. All right. Now, okay. Adjective change in form when they show comparison. Okay. Comparative degree and adjective is said to be in positive degree when in comparative degree when it is used to compare two nouns and two pronouns. Now, superlative degree is an adjective. An adjective is in the superlative degree when it is used to compare more than two nouns on pronouns. Okay, now here is the formation of the comparative and the superlative degrees of adjectives. Now, number 1. Adjectives usually form their comparative and superlative by adding ER or EST to the positive degree. This is the very common. This is the very common way of making comparative adjective in the comparative and superlative. You will just write ER and EST. Can you read the examples? It's a bright, brighter, brightest. Please read.
Black, blacker, blackest, bold, bolder, boldest, clever, cleverer, cleverest, cold, colder, coldest, fast, faster, fastest, great, greater, greatest, high, higher, highest, kind, kinder, kindest, long, longer, longest, rich, richer, richest, small, smaller, smallest, strong, stronger, strongest, sweet, sweeter, sweetest, tall, taller, tallest, thick, thicker, thickest, young, younger, youngest.
Okay. What have you noticed with the comparative and the superlative degree?
Can you repeat?
What do you notice with the changes in the
Mm,
comparative? Okay, this is now the positive degrees. What have you noticed with the changes under comparative and superlative degree?
in the comparative, we add er at the end of the adverb.
Okay, very good. That's very good. How many nouns or pronouns are we comparing in the comparative degree?
I think there are many a lot.
Comparative. Comparative. How many nouns?
We have a two noun or
Very good.
pronouns.
Very good. Very good. Okay. What about in the superlative degree? How many people are we talking in there?
More than two people, of
Okay,
course.
that's very good. Okay. So please remember, yeah, this is the very basic, the very common way of telling these adjectives. You know, we need also to be familiar in using the comparative and superlative degree in order for us to make grammatically correct sentences. Okay? Just like when you say, John is, John, oh, look at this one. John is, okay, look at this one. That is why it is very important too. John is respectful. Res, respectful. Okay? Can you tell me whether am I correct in using the adjective here? The
John
word,
is respectfuler than his brother.
okay, tell me if I use the correct adjective here, comparative adjective. The adjective
Mm,
here is respectful. Did I use correct comparative degree here or no?
I think incorrect because respectfuler is not changed when we want to compare two people,
Yeah,
and we should
how
is
will we choose?
respect. Don is more respect than his brother.
Okay, that's very good, Kumar. Yes, the correct answer should be John is more respectful than his brother. Okay, this is now the correct sentence, not the first one. John is respectfuler than his brother. There is no word such as respectfuler, but it is a more respectful than his brother. All right, now this is what I am telling you. We need to get familiar with the manner of writing adjectives in the comparative or superlative degree in order for us to give correct or grammatically correct sentences when we speak or when we write. Okay, now let's move forward. Again, Please remember these are the basic rules in forming comparative and superlative degree. You will just add ER for the two nouns and then EST for more than two nouns. Now, let's move on to this one. All right, here. Look at this one. We can also add of R and EST to the positive degree and E. Okay, can you read this one? Brave, braver, bravest. Please read.
Uh, finest, largest, nice, nicer, nicest, um, noble,
Noble.
nobler, noblest, parlor, punished, simple, simpler, simplest,
Simpler,
mhm,
simpler, simplest.
yeah. Wise, wiser, wisest, white, whiter, whitest.
Okay, what have you noticed with the comparative and superlative degree? What is being added?
Uh, we just add after the adjective
Yeah,
finish.
okay, the
Yeah,
positive adjective. And what about in the superlative? What did we add?
we just ask st.
Okay, because the base form, or I mean the positive form, is it already add with S, with E. Brave, then you will add braver. You will become bravest, okay? So, unlike here, you have to add ER and EST, but here, it ends already with letter E. E, it's E. Or see, do you see that one?
Yeah, clear.
Yes. Now, number three. Here is also another rule in forming comparative and superlative degrees. When the positive ends, okay, here. When the positive ends with I and has consonant before it, we change Y into I and then add ER and EST. Look at this one. Please read.
Costly, costliest,
Okay.
driest,
Mhm.
easier, easiest,
Mhm.
happiest,
Mm-mm.
heaviest,
Mm-mm.
mm, laziest,
Mm-mm.
merciest,
Mm-mm.
wealthiest.
Okay. So this is also another form. That is why I'm sending you the list so that whenever you want to use one of these words in your sentence, then you can check it in the list whether you will add ER, EST, you will just add R or EST or this one. Now, from the it says here that when the word ends with I, just like costly, dry, easy, happy, and it has when it has consonant, okay, the consonant letters. The rule is you have to add I and then add ER and EST. Costly becomes costlier and costliest. Dry, drier, driest. Easy, easier, easiest. Happy, happier, happiest. Okay, that one. Now, another rule. We have another rule for this one. When the positive degree ends in a consonant with a vowel before, it would, it, we double the consonant and add ed or est. Look at this one. Okay. Look at this one. When the positive degree ends with a consonant, okay, G, M, T, and N are consonant letters, right? Do you still,
Yeah.
yeah, do you still remember? A, E, O, O are
Of course.
vowel letters. Vowel. Okay? A, E, I, O, O. A, E, I, O, U are vowel letters in the English alphabet now. The letters which are not included in the vowel letters are called the consonant letters, okay? So the letters which are not included in the five vowel letters are called the consonant letters. Okay, very good. Now, look at this one. The rule says when the positive degree ends in a consonant with consonant, okay? It ends with a consonant with a vowel before. Okay, you have I. Okay, the consonant letters are the last letters. We have I for big, D, I for dim, A for fat, O for hot, I for thin. Now, if it has that one before the consonant sound, we have to double the consonant, just like the word big. Okay? You will add one letter G and it will become bigger, biggest. Do you understand the rule?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. Dim, dimmer, dimmest. Fat, fatter, fattest. Hot, hotter and hottest. Thin, thinner and thinnest. Okay, this is rule number 4. Now let's move on to rule number 5. By addition of ER and EST to the positive degree when it ends in Y. Okay, if a word ends with Y, then you can add ER. ER. Gay, gayer, gayest. Gray, grayer, grayest. All right, now look at this one. There are also some adjectives in English that you cannot add ER or EST in the comparative and superlative form because you need to add more and most. Okay, please read these some words. Okay, we have number 1, active.
The active, more active, most active,
Okay.
attractive, more attractive,
Mm-mm,
most attractive, beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful,
mm-mm,
brilliant, more brilliant, most brilliant,
mm-mm.
careful, more careful, most careful, uh, courage, um,
More courageous.
yeah, more courageous, most courageous,
Mm-mm.
cunning, more cunning, most cunning, difficult, more difficult, most difficult, famous, more famous, most famous, fearful, more fearful, most fearful, important, more important, most important, proper, more proper, most proper, popular, more popular, most popular, splendid, more splendid, most splendid, suitable, more suitable, most
Suitable.
suitable, suitable.
Suitable. Okay. Do you see now the difference? When you encounter these words, when you want to use these words in a sentence, you have
Yeah,
to, yeah, you have to pair with that one, more and most. Okay, so do you understand now about adjectives?
yeah, clear.
Okay, let's move on to rule number 6 now. There are also 3 degrees of adverbs. Okay. In formal usage, do not drop the ly from an adverb when using the comparative degrees of adverb for a while. Okay, there are also 3 degrees of adverbs, just like adjectives. There are also degrees of adverbs. Okay, so incorrect. Terry spoke quicker than when. Okay. So when the word quicker, for quick, you will not add ER and EST, but you will say Terry spoke more quickly than when did. So we will use yeah, there are many things. There are many things also to learn about. Oh, I will teach you more about adverbs and adjectives. Here, Terry more spoke more quickly than when did. Okay. So when you use adverb quick, quickly, you should not say quicker, but you have to say more quickly. Now look at this one. This is incorrect. Talk quieter. You cannot say that one because you have to talk more quietly. Your adverb more quietly is, yeah, describing a verb. Talk more quietly. Okay, please read and correct the sentence.
Alfredo is the more efficient assembly worker in the unit.
Okay, Alfredo is more efficient assembly worker in the unit. What makes this wrong?
Um, I think we compare more than two workers, so we use most change
Very
by
good. Very good, yes. Because worker of the unit, meaning to say in a unit, in an office, there are more than two workers. So, yeah, among all of those workers, Alfredo is the most efficient. Okay. 7. Please read number 7, rule number 7.
when this, that, these, and those are followed by a noun, they are adjectives. When they appear without a noun, follow them, they are plurals.
Okay. Look at this one. When this, that, this, and those are followed by a noun, okay, they are adjectives. When they appear without a noun, following them, they are pronoun. Okay. This house is for sale. Okay. This followed by a noun. Okay. This followed by a noun. This house is for sale. Okay. So this is an adjective. But look at this one. This car is for sale. This car, this gift is for the children. These gifts are for the children. So that is adjective. But when it doesn't follow, but when they appear without a noun, following them, then they are pronouns. Okay. See, the word this, that, and those have can function in a sentence as an adjective or simply a noun. Now, this is for sale. It doesn't follow a noun. So this functions now as a